Hey, 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 hey. How we all doing? Great to see you all back. If you are back and you are here with me, make sure you do slap a big like on the stream. Let's not forget to slap those likes, everyone. Get the likes going. Let's get a good start to the stream. And of course, we are back. I wasn't here yesterday, but I'm back, ready to entertain and take a look at the market with you fine people. And let's get my screen on. We have Dung Schlung saying, sitting here naked, waiting for Stonksy to go live. Well, thank you very much for that, Dung Schlung. Thank you for that additional information that we don't normally get. It's great to know that what you're wearing or not wearing in your case. And of course, thank you for waiting for me to go live. Great to see you. And yeah, I mean, I suppose it is depending on where you are. Where are you, Dung Schlung? Whereabouts in the world are you? Because it is a hot one today in some parts, so I definitely don't blame you. Would I do my stream naked? I don't think I would. But I would definitely be a lot cooler if I did. Loki, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Dung Schlung says, what's good, Dad? Yes, Dung Schlung. Dung Schlung's quite the character. Pellin says, we are all naked under the club. Well, exactly, yeah. We are technically always naked, aren't we? We just have a layer of fabric on us. Gary, the legend drummer, afternoon to you, mate. Great to see you. Chicago, it's like 90 and 90 degree humidity. Wow. So 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see what that is in Celsius. Let's have a look. I don't even know how to spell Fahrenheit. Don't even know if that's Fahrenheit right or Celsius right, to be honest. 32.2. That is hot. That is hot. Wow. BPN says it's too hot for clothes. Up 5 degrees. It's like a heat wave in the UK, mate. We are having a heat wave, aren't we? We are having a heat wave. There's no doubt about that. This is classed as a heat wave now for the UK, especially. Have you seen on the weekend? It's going to be like 26, 27, 28. Obviously, depending on where you are, you know, in parts, it might even be reaching towards the 30s, which it is a heat wave. That is a heat wave. And we had, to be fair, you know, you can't actually complain about the weather, can you? You know, we had that good, like, 2 to 3 week stint in, I think it was in May, around the start of May-ish time. But I mean, this one that we've got at the moment it is a stunner, isn't it? It is a stunner, and long may it continue. Steve-O, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Great, always great to see you, Steve-O. Always great to see you. But we do have 23 viewers on YouTube. Obviously, you guys on X as well. Don't worry, I'm not forgetting about you. But we have 9 likes, so I want to set a little task. You people that haven't liked yet, please do scroll down. Take a second, scroll down, drop a like. If you are new, make sure you subscribe as well. And of course, you people on X, make sure you hop over to the YouTube channel and, of course, the Stonksy X account. If you've come from TMG's feed, then make sure you do follow us on X. And, of course, please hop over to the Stonksy account because we are making our way towards 2,500 subscribers, and you can help me get there a little bit faster. But, yeah, please do come and drop a like. Scroll down. It only takes a second. Drop a like on the stream and help us out massively. Short it all. Jokes. I'm just a big bear. Well, to be honest, mate, I mean, where Bitcoin and stocks and stuff are, you know, being a bear, I suppose, is just yourself trying to protect what you've got, isn't it? Because, you know, we're obviously close to all-time highs on a lot of things. You know, taking a bit of a risk management standpoint is never, it's never a bad thing to be on the side of caution. So, yeah, let's see. Do we have a CME gap? I don't know. From yesterday. Let's go and have a look. I've not really looked at the charts, to be honest, because I wasn't here yesterday. No, we don't, do we? No CME gap this week. Okay. So that's one thing that we don't need to worry about. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin. Obviously got a great rally up, didn't it? On Sunday night, I was talking about this SR zone, and it did come into play, but then it just completely just ripped up, didn't it? Rather than coming up here, this is what I was looking for on Sunday night, Drew, now up to here. And you know, I was looking for the rejection from there, but it didn't. Obviously, it flipped it to support then, and then obviously we went up. Momentum tailed off. Obviously, this on the 5-minute here, you'll see, it's pretty much like a carbon copy of what we got on the 1 hour at around 110, 111. And then obviously, yeah, we've sold off so far. I think the S&P 500 has been selling off as well, yeah. Ever so slightly. So back into KSR for the S&P. So everything's looking interesting. We're at a pretty interesting point across the board, aren't we? Let me know what you guys have been trading. Let me know what your thoughts are on the market. BPM Mega is short from 108,800. Nice, mate. Nice entry. But the thing is, at that point, you're risk-free, aren't you? You know, now you can set your stop loss to break even. If not, you know, unless you've already trimmed some, or maybe it's already in profit. And you can just chill. You know, you can just chill, can't you? Whatever happens. I helped celebrate my mate Howling Loud Hope. It was his 83 B-Day, leader of the Monster Raven Looney Party. Wow. Mate, you have quite the life. You have quite the life. Well, that's good. Hope Mr. Howling Loud Hope is enjoying himself. I mean, 83, wow. Good age. Discipline, how we doing, my man? How we doing? Had way too many beers for Monday night. Hating life today with this heat. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know the feeling. I'm on a full day session on Saturday as well. It's been a while. Oh, let me tell you, it has been a while since I have been on a full day session. And this Saturday coming up, I'm on a full day session drinking. Probably going to be out from about 12/1-ish all throughout the day, all throughout the night. So it's going to be a hefty one, and I'm just dreading waking up on Sunday morning with that heat that we're going to have. But it's all swings and roundabouts, and it's going to be enjoying it out on Saturday, enjoying the beers. So you cannot moan. But yeah, I mean, hungover and heat is just horrendous in it, unless you're abroad, and then you know you've got a nice pool to go and jump in and stuff. But yeah, I did make that mistake to sell Bitcoin today. Probably now going to rocket back up. We'll buy back if we go around 104,500. I mean, mate, you've took some profit. I'm guessing you've took profits. So never a bad thing, you know, never a bad thing. Don't be hard on yourself for taking profits. I mean, the thing is, if you never sell anything, you're never going to realize any gains, are you? So, Imperial Morgan says, hello, what's up, bro? Hello, Imperial Morgan. How we doing? Great to see you. Make sure everyone does go and drop a big like on the stream. Scroll down, hit the like button. For you people on X, of course, make sure you come over to the Stonksy channel and please do subscribe. And of course, we are still running the 20% off. I think this is going to end this week as well, by the way. So for you people probably that watch the streams every day, you're probably going to be made up when I stop saying this. But I think probably we're going to end this after this week. But you can still get 20% off your first month of Stonksy with code BOT20. So that's second link in the description and the code BOT20 for 20% off your first month. That takes the monthly plan down to £116, and you do get access to everything with that as well. It's on this one, on the website, so do check it out. But yeah, what should we cover? I think, well, obviously, there's not actually loads to cover on Bitcoin, is there? Because we are pretty much round about where we was last week as well. But we've had, obviously, we'll look what happened over the weekend and then into yesterday and today. I think ETH is an interesting one to cover. We'll go and have a look at ETH next. We've got the CSE newsletter to cover. We'll have a look at some more altcoins. We'll cover the Mag 7 pre-market. Maybe have a look at some of the Wiz stock picks that he's been doing. And it's been going off in the Discord. For those of you in the Discord, it's been going off. Wiz has been absolutely smashing it, putting in stocks into the Discord for the community to potentially, you know, if you want to take the risk on it, you can. But some of them have been absolutely mega returns. So let's go and do that. Oh, wow. I am sweaty. Sweaty. It is a hot one, isn't it? It is a hot one. Right. So let's go to, say, the 1 hour chart. Let's have a look at ETH. I mean, ETH, yeah. Let's go and have a look. So this is the analysis that I've done for the CSE newsletter today. Obviously, this range we looked at for ages, didn't we? We looked at this ages and ages on stream. From pretty much when ETH got this push up, we were looking at this for the next kind of place for ETH to come. So obviously we spent, you know, weeks and weeks in this range. We did try and get out to the upside, to the downside. Didn't happen. We then eventually got out to the upside. Came in, obviously swept. The key is obviously cleared all these highs here. And then we came into a gap. obviously there's a gap then, there's a liquidity gap because we've got these highs here and then the next, obviously, key high was up here. Now, we didn't get quite there for that sweep. And then, obviously, Bitcoin tailed off, ETH strength tailed off. And then we slam back down. We come back down for a retest of the range low, which we held here. And then, obviously, yesterday, we came up, slammed the range high again and sold off pretty aggressively. So that yesterday's candle looks horrific. So yeah, still range bound between here and here yet again. Now, this is obviously what needs to happen for ETH to go higher. Not rocket science. We need to break out of the range again to the upside. Come into here, obviously, come into this key zone. Have enough momentum to clear that. Obviously, come and take out these highs and not it be a liquidity sweep like this. And then this is the stop. 3.3k. Now, that will be a mega point. 3.3k will be the point to keep an eye on if we get there, because I think that then separates what could become the end of the rally, or obviously the pivot point then to watch out for the run to 4k. So I think if we're speaking on like high time frame, like, you know, really high time frame, I think if and obviously it's a big if, we do get up to this point here, I think this is the point where we either then, okay, right, that's it, rally done, you know, bounce is done and slams all the way back down, or then we are on the road to then 4k. It's either one of them. I see it as that much of a key point, really, when you're looking at it. So we'll see what happens with that. But until then, we are range bound, we are trapped, we are stuck between support and resistance. So you can play support and resistance. Obviously, it would have worked out great had you been playing support and resistance. You could have bought here. Obviously, came in for a few touches again here. And then Stonksy got the green background, green arrow, bang, there we go. Range high, touch, rejection, sell off. So there we have it. Apart from that on ETH, there's not really much else to discuss, is it? Apart from, obviously, we could always break down. We could always break to the downside. You know, we don't have to go up, do we? Same for Bitcoin. We could break to the downside. Let's see. But let me know your thoughts in the chat. Let me know what you think about that. What do you think about ETH? Does anyone think that I'm bob on with that? Do you think I'm talking a load of nonsense? Let me know in the chat. Have you been following Stonksy recently? And of course, for you fine people that have just joined, please do go and drop a like. Scroll down, hit the like button. There's 15 people watching at least that haven't hit the like button, so please do go and drop a like. But yeah, that's Bitcoin, that's ETH. Obviously, I mean, for Bitcoin next, you know, we've got demand down here. We could move that down a little bit. To be fair, we could move that down a little bit. Yeah, we've got demand down here. We've got, I mean, this is still KSR, isn't it? So, something to keep an eye on and be wary of. But yeah, I mean, we have been consolidating on Bitcoin for, let's see, so let's call it, I mean, if you go from this point, it's been well over a month, hasn't it? You know, that was a good chunk, but we'll go from kind of this point, because obviously that's when we started to break out. So that point alone is a month, nearly. That's 28 days. If we go from the point of breakout from there. If we're going from actually the point of when we first come up to around 103k-ish again, then we're on for 40 days. So we are beginning a pretty lengthy consolidation yet again, aren't we? So we'll see what happens with that. But at the moment, obviously, it looks like it's just a constant whipsaw movement. Battle between buyers and sellers, or just the market makers having plenty of fun liquidating both sides constantly. TRX is something that has plenty of strength today. Wow, look at that candle. I believe that was the candle of they're doing like a public merger, aren't they, with something? A way to go public without actually taking Tron public or some crazy crap, I don't know. Yes, Jeff. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. My boy, Jeff. How are we, Jeff? Hope you're doing well, mate. I mean, look at that. On Sol. I don't know what day we drew this. Does anyone know what day we drew this? But there you go. There it is. I can't remember what day we drew this on Sol. It must have been Friday. Yeah, it must have been. It must. Yeah, it must have maybe. Yeah, it must have maybe been Friday, because that only happened on Thursday. So this must have been drew on Friday, I think. But yeah, there you go. There's the key. You know, the key point to watch for on a reversal. And obviously we came down here, didn't we? Keep tapping this zone, this key 140 zone. 141 zone. Keep tapping that. We've tapped it a good couple times now, haven't we? Tapped it earlier in the month that we were watching out for. There's the rejection. But yeah, there's your key pivot point, bang, in we come, and then sell off. So, that's another. Anyone who took note of that on Friday, there you go. That came off very nicely. I mean, yeah, Sol, again, much like ETH, there's nothing really to write home about, is there? We are here and here. And at the moment, getting some nice Stonksy calls while we consolidate. But I think everything is kind of just waiting for that big next move, isn't it? So we can really get some fantastic Stonksy indications for directional play. At the moment, we are just going sideways. And sometimes sideways can be painful. We've got Link down 2.5%. I had it as a short as well. On Sol, Dunder Thunder. On Sol. If you did, mate, great. Nice one. All right, Pap. How we doing, mate? All right, Dave. Thinking we go down today. Yeah, man. Maybe. Oh, actually, maybe we drew that on Sunday. Maybe we did it on Sunday because I did an earlier stream on Sunday. I don't know. Either way, nice one, Dunder Thunder. Yeah, that's great. But yeah, I mean, at some point, maybe we drew it on Sunday. I can't remember. But I mean, yeah, this was the point, obviously, to watch out for on Sol. In we come, and then rejection. So that worked out as a great trade if anyone took that. But I really can't remember what day we drew that. It was either Friday or Sunday. But yeah, it's worked very nicely so far. Pap thinks that we are going down. Mate, I hope you've got your nice Father's Day boxes on today. Yeah, I mean, I think the lack of follow through to the upside does make you think, well, at some point, is it going to explore the downside? All right, SMFC, how we doing? Great to see you. Yeah, I mean, the lack of follow through to the upside, you can only start hammering the top so much, can't you, before you start to explore demand lower. And obviously, it just can't seem to get through. What's this? Is there someone at my door? I don't know if there's someone at my door or not. I don't know. I'll have a look in a minute. Yeah, I am sweating. I'm actually sweating. I am dripping in sweat. Yes, the Kevmeister. The Kevmeister, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. I do indeed would recommend step 1 boxes to the whole group. Cradle the jewelry well. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I've never heard of step 1 boxes. I know that I remember you saying that on Sunday that's what they were, but I don't know. I've never seen them before. I'll have a look. Well, as long as they keep the crown jewels, safe and secure, that's all that matters, innit? I thought you lived in the virtual world. Well, so a virtual world can't have a door. Is that what you're saying, Aaron? You're saying the virtual world can't have a front door. It's very assumptive of you, isn't it? I don't think that's the right word. Is it assumptuous? I don't know. Anyway, who's to say I can't have a virtual front door? I mean, a bit of a mixture of things in it across the board, really. I mean, in general, it looks like altcoins are obviously taking a bit of a beating. Oh, look at Aero. Oh, you little devil, you. Now, this is one. Here you go. So this is an example here on Aero, right? Where we've now pretty much got, until broken, a clear range. Haven't we? We obviously was looking here for the rejection, which we got. And then we've come down. We've got support down here around, 0.5 down to about 48. And we now have clear, obviously, just a clear range between demand and supply. So, we've got obviously hammer down there. So, in theory, you look at this. Obviously, this has had a massive blow-off wick. And you can see here, it's cleared liquidity just about there above these highs on it. But in terms of like a daily horizon, you may obviously get caught out on wicks like that. But on a daily close, it came in and respected the resistance level. But, we've now got obviously a range to deal with on Aero, where you look at it and you just think, okay, well, we've got clear demand down here. So if it comes down here and holds, then obviously you can sling it back up. And up here, we've got clear resistance, and you can trade it back down if you want to. And then if it breaks above this box here, or where Stonksy's got this resistance line through, then it's going to then take flight to the next level. Otherwise, this maybe slowly distributes back down here. We test this. Maybe it comes back below to shake people out or take liquidity. But as long as it holds it on a daily, anywhere around here, you can then look to trade it back up. So definitely one we'll keep an eye on. And definitely interested. I mean, look at Stonksy. Look at that. I mean, look at that for an hourly. Oh, give it to me. Give it to me. Look at that. What a great move. There we go. That's what it's all about, people, in it. That's why we're here. And you got to ask yourself sometimes, why are we here? We're here for moves like that. Can you check OP USDT? Yeah, I can do that for you, Dunder. Do you think we still expecting a proper alt season pump? I mean, it's I'm just gonna have to have a minute because honestly, it is so hot. Like, I'm dripping in sweat with this bloody cap on and that snood. I'm dripping. I suppose it depends. It's a very subjective view, I think, Sean, to be honest. I mean, my opinion is, and this is obviously just my opinion, don't attach any fact to it or anything too tightly, is that we're not going to see a 2021 style alt season. It's just my opinion, because there's too many altcoins. The liquidity is spread too thinly, in my opinion. We will see concentrated pools. So obviously, like meme coins, at the back end of last year, huge pumps of recent. A lot of them have done 4, 5, 6, maybe even more X off the bottom. But in terms of like a rising tide lift all boats, that money, where previously, in 2021, it got fired into, 3,000-4,000 altcoins. There's just too many now, isn't there? It's too diluted. So we'll see pockets. Obviously memes look like they're always going to do well in the right conditions. Then maybe like AI and other things maybe outperform the rest of the market. And then, you've got your general ones that will just go up naturally alongside the rest of the market. So, in say like a peak, so say like another leg up on Bitcoin, generally, we'll probably maybe see memes do a couple of X, maybe see concentrated narratives like AI maybe do, real good performance. And then, you know, you might just get general, you know, just ones that aren't really attached to anything, that just follow the market. Maybe they'll do 50%, 100%, maybe 150%. Whereas then you'll have concentrated pools that maybe do, you know, 400%, 500%, 10x, whatever. In my opinion, you know, other people may look at it and go, no, you know, proper alt season coming. But for me, I think the liquidity is just spread too thinly across too many altcoins. Which makes sense, you know, more concentrated liquidity injection makes better returns, doesn't it? So would make sense. Anyway, let's carry on. Let me know what you think anyway, Sean. What do you think? Let's crack on. I've had a bit of a cool down now. So Dunder Thunder wants me to check OP, but I will just check. So there is the oscillator. I didn't even realize I'd had it. I had it turned off, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. SMFC. Really nice in it. From obviously we got this last push up here, but that was pretty much. I mean, you look at the daily chart. That to me just looks like, you know, a bit of manipulation / effort to liquidate. I mean, you can see just ever so slightly across these two equal highs that we had here. It just about tipped over, didn't it, and cleared these out. So that was a pretty evident liquidity sweep. And then obviously momentum is now falling with Aero back inside under resistance. OP, I mean, but what a run by Stonksy. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Do make sure, for those of you watching, check out Stonksy if you haven't already. We are running 20% off your first month still. So it is second link in the YouTube description. If you are watching on X, it's stonksy.io, or you'll find it in the X bio. And it is code BOT20 on this package. That gets you the 20% off your first month. Come and give it a go. And you get access to everything with that as well. Indicator, oscillator, Discord server, and the trading bots. Right, OP. I mean, look at OM. I look at OM just time and time over, and I'm like, is it going to get worse for it? And somehow each time it seems to get worse. Anyway, OP. Where is it? Here. Let's see. I mean, timed pretty nicely, hasn't it, with Stonksy? Very nice. Let's go and take a look at the 4 hour. I mean, oof, hang on. Oh dear. Hang on. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, that's not good, is it? Oh, that's not good at all. I mean, I didn't even realize this, but I mean, look at that. It's literally, it's breaking to new daily lows, isn't it? So that was the lowest daily close since... That was the lowest daily close since July 2022. Blimey. That's bad, that, isn't it? I mean, this is the line. This is like the last line in the sand, isn't it? Coming up pretty soon. You know, there's your daily, your last line of daily demand. And then here's your origin. You know, this is the origin here, isn't it? For the impulse up. But I mean, yeah, you know, you've got clear daily SR here as well during this time period. And then obviously, yeah, this lines up with being the impulse. I mean, this is it's getting pretty bad, isn't it? Look at that. I didn't realize. Do you know what? I didn't even realize it was that bad for OP. I mean, this is going back 3 years, isn't it? Not too shabby. Yeah, good, really good. Lol, sickening. Sickening. If you hold it, yeah, it's bad. That, I mean, I was just looking at that. I mean, that was great performance. This was when obviously Bitcoin rallied, when it crashed down to 17k in the June after obviously UST T and Luna collapsed and stuff. Obviously, the continued downward spiral of stocks took it down to 17k in the June after obviously May's events, and then obviously we had consolidation, a retest, and then there it went. And obviously this was when Bitcoin went up to 25k in the summer, and then inevitably obviously crashed down. But I mean, even, you know, that was a great, you know, near 4x, wasn't it, to hold over a 1 month period? 4x on OP there. So but yeah, I mean, this is the last line in the sand, innit? I mean, here you would think if it gets there, this zone has to hold. It has to. Otherwise, I don't know what's going. I don't know if there's a. I don't know whether did it list on everything from day one, or maybe was it on other things before Binance? Let's see. Or is it all the same date? No, it's all the same data. So it looks like it listed on everything on day one. Yeah. So let me go back to it anyway. I mean, look at that. What was I looking at there? Was that Head and Shoulders? Looks like it was, wasn't it? That come off pretty nicely. Anyway, yeah, so this has to hold. It has to. Otherwise, we are going into price discovery to the downside on OP, which is not very good. I mean, look at Stonksy there, riding that red background on the daily from 140-ish. Look at that. So that's where it will have opened on the daily. Currently 57% down on Stonksy. Woo! Very nice, very nice. Holding on to that red background as well. See, despite all these bounces, holding on to that downside momentum in it. Now, obviously, yeah, so if we are going to continue to bleed lower, this obviously has to be the line in the sand where demand comes in, maybe an accumulation range, and then something like that. Below here, let's attach a little emoji to it. There you go. There we go. So yeah, yeah, really sick, a bit sickening, innit, on some of these altcoins. I mean, this is supposed to be, you know, this is supposed to be a large cap, innit? This is supposed to be one, you know, one of the biggest layer twos on ETH. And where is it? Let's see. Despite that, I bet it's still pretty decent size. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Where is it? Still a billion. Still $1 billion market cap. Isn't it mad that it goes all the way back to like 60 odd, rank 60 odd for $1 billion? So still a billion market cap at its near its historical lows. But yeah, I mean, bit sad really, isn't it? The state that some of these altcoins are in. Bit sad. But if it gets down here, you know, this is your risk reward. That's the point where you go like, right, you know, if I'm going to bid this thing, down there is obviously where you've got your history. Below that, then you're basically just gambling. You're just hoping that it finds a bottom. But down here, you know, you've at least got something where you can go, right, well, it has to hold here. If it starts breaking, you know, down to 40 cents and below, it could be a real unwind. So, you know, you've got your risk reward outlined perfectly there. Yeah, that was a great shot. I'm interested to see the others. So, like, what's ARB doing? I mean, ARB is in price discovery to the downside, weren't it? You know, we've got clear SR here where Stonksy's outlined. This is the route, obviously, eventually, if it gets a proper pump, is where, you know, 70 cents looks like the golden area, maybe. But I mean, same for ARB. You know, ARB could pretty quickly find itself maybe back towards its lows, couldn't it? Bit of a sticky situation, and ARB has already been in price discovery to the downside, and all of this. So this is why I say a bit of a sticky situation. I mean, you know, you see ARB here had these lows, you know, 1, 2, 3, triple bottom, bang. As soon as it started breaking down, you know, you think, well, where's the bottom? And it's not here. It's not here. You know, meanwhile, it's dropping. So, you know, from the time it entered like price discovery to the downside, it ended up dropping like 45% lower. So you got to be really careful on stuff like that. But yeah, there we go anyway. If anyone wants me to check anything else out, let me know. I mean, interesting ones like OP, yeah. Great to look at because I didn't realise just how bad it was for it. Afternoon, Sean. How we doing, mate? Back to McDonald's flipping burgers. The way these alts are going. Well, the good thing is, no matter if they're going up or down, we can still trade them, can't we? You know, we can still trade them to the downside. We can still see when Stonksy gives its red and green. I mean, look at here. You know, perfect example on ARB. Green all the way up here. Momentum started to shift. Obviously, we got the rollover on the oscillator as well. Into the red, down here. Nice short there. And then we come into the red again here and then traded it down. I mean, that is, you know, literally blueprint in it. And I assume SMFC has got his eyes probably on that oscillator as soon as it started to roll over here. And then obviously we had transition into the red. But I mean, and then tied in with the background, you know, trade up, bang, 1 down, 2 down. There you go. So even when it is going down, you can still profit from it. Just a case of trying to remove your attachment in it from things, because obviously when you're holding things, or even just in general, when you're holding spot, it can be hard to try and short the market, because obviously even though you'll profit from the perps, your holdings will go down. So it can be quite, you know, a psychological battle to short the market, even if you think it's going to go down. But yeah, another good, another good example there on ARB on a 1 hour. Yeah, if you want me to look at anything specific, let me know. I think just having a bit of a cool down again, because I am just sweaty all over. Let me know, how hot is it where you are at the moment? Let me see how hot it is. It currently says it's only 20, but I don't believe it at all. I mean, it's going to go up to late 20s on the weekend. But what? I mean, look at that. You look through all the way to like late next week. It says it's just going to be like 20 and above. It's unbelievable, that, isn't it? Let's move on anyway. Let's move on. Oh, I'm so hot. Wow. We've got SMFC says, have you looked at Circle today? The S1 is interesting. With a 1% drop in rates will equal a 441 million loss of income. I haven't. We'll have a look at that now. 30 degrees overnight. It's stifling, isn't it? I mean, Circle has been a fantastic IPO, hasn't it? You know, something that you look for. Where is it? Here. I mean, look at it. Yeah, because obviously they won't be getting the yield, will they, from the T-bills? Same for Tether. You know, same for Tether in it on the T-bills. You know, the past couple of years, You know, it's nearing it's nearing 3 years, isn't it? You know, what will it be by the end of this year, I think, where the Fed reached its limit so far and has obviously held the rate. So, you know, they've had a long while, haven't they, to accumulate the revenue from the interest rates from the T-bills. But I mean, look at it. What an IPO. I'll be honest, I was expecting this to retrace. When it got up here, I was thinking, right, okay, you know, maybe now is the time where it rolls over, you know, distributes down, then finds some sort of a bottom, and then obviously goes again. And it's just not done that. Obviously, it's just, you know, there's obviously big demand in it. And it's a fairly big stock. I mean, it must be up to about 30 billion, maybe even more market cap now. Obviously, pre-market, it's up another $5 as well. It's up 142% since it came out the traps at $62, $63. Obviously, I mean, that was bought up very quickly, wasn't it? But I mean, even if you would have bought, you know, in and around here, you know, in and around where it's settled on this day, you know, you'd be up about, you know, 80, 90%. But yeah, I mean, maybe we'll see it drop off, you know, as soon as the Fed cut rates, maybe this drops off because obviously, yeah, they'll have the loss of revenue tied in, won't they? But how's the Webull doing? I mean, I thought this was looking promising after yesterday's close. I'm still in this. I still think it's looking good, but I mean, it needs to get a move on, doesn't it? It needs to get a move on. This is obviously a Wiz stock pick, done very well yesterday, closed over 11%. And I'm still in this as well from Wiz. There was for those of you in the Discord, you put in, there was one that's done like 90%, I think, pre-market. Yeah, Verve, 83% pre-market, it's done. Verve Therapeutics. Up at $11. Wow, yeah. Wish I'd have bought that. It's too good. It's too good. Anyway, let's see what the Mag 7 are doing. So Nvidia is pretty much flat. Apple is down a wee bit. Meta, again, negligible. Microsoft is down a couple of points. Amazon, again, down like less than $2. Tesla is just hanging around this SR in it. So this is pretty clear SR on Tesla. This 335 region. And then Google down a little bit, nothing extreme. Coinbase had a great day yesterday. The good old Coinbase up 7.7%. It is down pre-market today. And then MicroStrategy down to 374. GameStop from where we covered it. So, you know, this was the area, wasn't it, that we was looking at. $21 came right into it, and so far, obviously, if you would have took that, you know, anywhere along here, we was looking at it, and it was must have been on the Friday, mustn't it? Yeah, it must have been here when we were looking at it. But I mean, from actually when, you know, we drawn out this box, anywhere in and around there is, you know, 6-7% up. So that's worked out quite well so far. I mean, Bitcoin is in a downward spiral now, isn't it? You know, pretty much pump, dump. IPO was $31. Was it? All right, okay. I mean, well, that is insane, isn't it? How would you have bought that though? That's what I don't get. Like, because I don't really know exactly how IPOs work. Like, how would you have gone and bought that IPO? Where would you have done it? Or would you have been able to? I don't know. But I mean, for anyone who's done that, yeah, they're up. What, about 5x? Insane. Delta, how we doing? How we doing, my man? I'm great, mate. I'm great. Hope you're well too. Do make sure you've all dropped a big like on the stream. Make sure you get them likes coming in. Got half an hour till US Open. We do have some events this week as well. Not many, albeit there's not many. We only have retail sales tomorrow and the Fed rate decision tomorrow in terms of red folder action. Hang on. Let me clear out some of this rubbish. Yeah, so in terms of red folder action, we've got... Oh, no, sorry. Retail sales was today. It's tomorrow. It is the next one. So retail sales has already come in. And then tomorrow we've got the Fed interest rate, which will be live on the channel for, of course, covering the build-up and then the market reaction, and then obviously watching Powell speak and his Q&A. So make sure, obviously, we'll be doing double live stream tomorrow in the daytime and then at night. And we'll come in, we'll have a little look at the CSE newsletter next. Accredited investors, I think, the proper boys. Yeah, probably. But I mean, still there was opportunity there, weren't there? Quite clearly, even as soon as it hit the actual market, there's been opportunity there to buy it and make 70, 80, 90% from what we've just looked at. So that, and do you know what's kind of sad? Is that's how altcoins used to perform in it. Altcoins would list on an exchange, say when they'd list on Binance or Coinbase, and everything would get a real good pump. Or just like newly launched coins, and they wouldn't just instantly pump and then dump. It is what altcoins used to do. Anyway, what was the last time you remember a successful launch like that? Wow. I'll be honest, I can't keep up. Me normally with new things. I mean, I think initially, Kato done well, didn't it? Initially, if you look at it, I think from what I remember. Oh no! I mean, it did initially, it did pump, but then just tailed off. I thought it maybe had a bit of consolidation and then went up. No, that obviously ended up horrifically. Initially, it pumped and then just dumped. I don't know. I can't remember the last time. Anyone? I cannot remember the last time. But yeah, I mean, you look at the and the thing is, it looks like they've launched at the right time. If you remember, Coinbase's IPO went horrifically, didn't it? In the end, because of the time that they launched. So they launched here, which was right at the peak of the frenzy, and then obviously we come into May, and then Bitcoin just absolutely hit like a rock down to 30k. So a couple of months, 1-2 months after Coinbase's IPO, but particularly, you just see straight away the selling started, didn't it? Selling started, and it was in a downtrend, but a few weeks after, it was 44% down, and then obviously came back up in 2021, and then we got the harsh bear market. So I maybe in the longer term, you wouldn't rule something like this out. on Circle? I don't know, but I mean, look at that, 86% down it was at a point. So yeah, there we have it. But I mean, yeah, so far so good. Obviously, for anyone who's picked up Circle, well done. You definitely deserve the fruits of your labor. I can't remember what we were going to look at then. Oh yeah, we're going to look at the CSE newsletter, weren't we? Hey, Cryptogenic, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Great to see you. Make sure, yeah, everyone does drop a like, subscribe. And of course, if you're looking for anywhere to trade today, do make sure you trade on BLOFIN. It is non-KYC, so you sign up with just an email. And yeah, you get yourself some great welcome bonuses. It is absolutely fantastic as well as an exchange. Great user interface and experience. Afternoon, Stonksy. How we doing, mate? What if Circle repeat the act? Who's to say we haven't topped? Exactly. I mean, I think if Circle repeats the act, I would definitely be a buyer of Circle at minus 80% from here, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. I think maybe one thing is with Circle that differs is that they've got, while rates remain high, they've got guaranteed revenue, haven't they? Obviously, it will naturally get pulled down, probably alongside the market, because it's tied to the market, whether it likes it or not, isn't it? But with something like Coinbase, obviously, when the market goes rubbish, people disappear, revenue dries up, users, go off and enter the bad times, don't they, in the bear market and stuff. Whereas as long as, rates stay high, Circle remain printing, obviously, on the T-bill revenue. And obviously, you see it all the time regardless, don't you? Minting and redeeming of USDC. And obviously over in Tether as well. So, I don't know. I mean, I would like it. Yeah, of course I would. I would love to buy Circle 70-80% lower. But, I mean, who's to say we haven't topped? We'll have a look at that now. Save, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, so obviously this is the CSE newsletter put together by me and Spud. Obviously, Stonksy got a great little feature here on the weekly as well. Now, I know obviously this is something we've covered on the channel a few times, and I know obviously you've mentioned it as well, haven't you, SMFC? But I think, yeah, the structure between here and the 2021 cycle is very, very similar. I mean, eerily similar structures. And of course, we can see, can't we, the struggle on the weekly candles to follow through to the upside. Equally to the downside, this was great absorption here. Dips have been bought up. But particularly now, you can see that they are not great weekly candles. And if we have a look at ETH, I mean, look at the state of them. They are some weird weekly candles. I mean, zoom out on ETH. When did we last see anything like that? So, yeah, I mean, the clear inability to break up. Now, I think in terms of looking at, where does price go next? We could probably sit here. Oh, so that we could sit here and probably, look at the comparison and argue reasons for and against this may be repeating. But the similarities are there, initial pump leading into distribution range, harsh, aggressive sell-off, bottom located, sideways action, aggressive, fast rip up to the upside. Yeah, tick. And then I think this is where obviously it comes in even more so, not just structurally, but the inability to properly really break the all-time high on here as well. So now you can see it here. We broke the all-time high by about, what was it in the end? About 5K. Here, we broke the all-time high by, 3-4K. And then obviously fell back below and struggled to do it again. So, the similarities are there. It's just obviously this sell-off was obviously just a standard market correction. Then obviously the catalyst for this was it was already falling, but then, we had the Fed make the first rate increase. And then obviously, Luna, UST. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, the similarities are definitely there. So that's obviously was covered there. Ethereum, we looked at that. We've covered this earlier in the stream today. And then obviously looking at Circle's IPO. And then, but there's also, good more bits of information, news articles of the week and stuff. So yeah, make sure you do go and have a look at that if you haven't. But yeah, I think you're in the mind potentially that the market is topped, aren't you, SMFC? And I mean, secretly and quietly, I have been thinking it for the past few weeks as well. Oh, not you. Oh, not Delta. Delta's always trying to get involved, isn't he? He's always trying to get involved, is Delta. Here he comes again, trying to steal the limelight, eh? But yeah, we've got 20 minutes to go until open. So, what the dickens? Love you really, Delta. I love you really. Anyway, let's get the poll going. That's 2 C's in there, isn't there? Right, go and vote on the poll. While I'm melting here. While I'm melting away, go and have a vote on the poll. I'm going to do another poll as well after US Open because I want to know everyone's feelings on if you think the market is actually topped or not. High time frame, like cyclical top. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. We'll have a look at some liquidation levels as well. I'm just going to go to the toilet because I've been drinking a lot of water with it being so hot. So I will be back. Don't go anywhere. And I'll leave you, obviously, with the chart. In the meantime, get your commenting, get your votes in. Make sure you are liked and subscribed. And, of course, click the links in the description. Sign up to Stonksy with 20% off your first month. And, of course, BLOFIN. We'll be back in just a second. Right, I'm back. I'm back, and I'm back with a bang. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to you coming on the channel tomorrow, Save. My good mate, Save. Looking forward to it, mate. Should be a great stream. Did you log off? No, I went to the toilet, and I wasn't laying any logs either. Right. The S&P, look, yeah, it's taking a bit of a downside trip, isn't it? Let's go and have a look to see where the liquidation levels are. I mean, 24-hour liquidity is up at 109. Obviously, clearance of where we topped out at yesterday. 3-day. I mean, the 3-day looks like it might be coming for that 104k. There's obviously a big cluster down there. The 2-week, I think there's 2 hotspots on that from what I looked at this morning. Oh no, not anymore. Or maybe it was the 1 week. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, you know, we've got the 3 little triple top here, haven't we? With liquidity obviously built up above that. But I mean, it just seems like, you know, a bit of an inability, hasn't it, to really bolster that upside momentum. What day was it that MicroStrategy bought again? Was it Sunday? I can't remember. Where is he? Our good friend here. 16th. Oh, it was yesterday he announced this. Another billion. Where does he keep pulling this money from? Are they doing like private equity raises now or something? Metaplanet bought another 170. Right. Does anyone actually not just think the entire market now is just being propped up by Saylor and his beta mates? You know, obviously these are like lower abilities than MicroStrategy, aren't they? They can't buy as much. You know, they're now nearly at $1 billion spent on Bitcoin. They've got a crazy high average price as well. Crazy high. When the market eventually does top, and obviously at whatever point you think it tops, Metaplanet's probably a great short because of the entry. I mean, the average entry there, you know, as soon as Bitcoin starts dropping into the 80s and 70s, Metaplanet stock will just get absolutely hammered. Look at it. Yeah, it was up. I seen it was up another 25%. I mean, look at that. Since October, it's literally done. It's done like nearly a 20x since October. That's insane, isn't it? But does it not just seem like the entire market is being propped up by Saylor and his mates buying? It seems weird, doesn't it? Yeah, should be fun tomorrow. Lots of news and stuff, I think. Yeah, should be a good time, mate. Have a look at Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 1 year. 111k looks interesting. Let's see. $111k. I don't know whether are we maybe looking at a different one. I mean, yeah, naturally, yeah, there'll be liquidity built up there. The thing is that at some point, you know, the market turns, doesn't it? At some point, the market turns and price just won't be able to go back for liquidity, so there will be liquidity left behind. At whatever point, you know, it tops out. You know, if we could go back and have a look, and again, I'm not saying that it has topped out, just for the discussion point of view. But if we go back and have a look at 2021, you know, obviously at some point the market topped out here, and you know, price just never obviously went back there to collect that liquidity that was naturally above, you know, 69 into 70. So, you know, in the instance it's the same, then, you know, price probably just won't go back for this above. If it is, again, it might not be. Just depends on obviously what happens this year, doesn't it? I mean, has anyone looked at oil? I mean, oil is blimey. I mean, crude oil futures. It had an absolute rocket up its backside, didn't it? I think the other day, did it? Yeah. Obviously, last week. I think there was talk of like this going into like the hundreds again, wasn't there? Which is funny because, like, obviously all the petrol and stuff that we get now, you know, will have been bought ages ago, but they will soon rifle up petrol and diesel prices and stuff. As soon as this, now the bad thing is obviously this leads directly to inflation. You know, as soon as you can look at it, you know, you look back at it, look at the oil price throughout 2020 leading into 2021. Obviously, inflation's a lagging data. And look, obviously, even when oil started falling into 2022, the damage had already been done in terms of, you know, leading inflation higher. So we don't want this because, you know, as soon as this starts rocketing back up, inflation in the UK and the US and everything starts going back up, and then rates aren't coming down anytime soon. So it's a real bad sign, this, you know. If you think, you know, the Fed maybe even wanted to cut in June if they wanted to tomorrow, I very much doubt that this is a good sign for them. But I mean, yeah, look at Metaplanet. Yeah, my God. So from the point that they started buying Bitcoin, which I don't actually know this to be fact, but looking at the chart, I assume it's this big gap up here. I assume, yeah, just over a year ago. I mean, that is insane, isn't it? It was at 30, whatever this is priced in. Yen, or I don't know if this is dollars or what. But I mean, the thing has done a 60x. It's the best performing stock, isn't it, related to Bitcoin by a mile over the past 12 to 14 months. How insane is that? Tomorrow, mate. Tomorrow. 7 o'clock UK time. I'll be live for it. 7 o'clock UK time tomorrow. Make sure you do drop a big like. Make sure you are subscribed. But I mean, look at Metaplanet. What a stock. And, you know, even if you would have bought it here, you know, like I said, you know, September, October time, that's a 17x now for where it's at. Unbelievable. The question is, what's going to be the next Metaplanet? You know, there will be companies looking at that now going, bloody hell, you know, Metaplanet has bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. But they have completely resurrected the stock. And they've resurrected the stock without even really doing much. You know, they're only, just over 10% up on the Bitcoin holdings. They're only just over 10% up on the holdings. So they're only actually $100 million up. And they've, you know, in the time that they've been buying, they've 60x the stock. You know, for shareholders and obviously everyone at the company, that is just an unbelievable trade-off, isn't it? So we'll probably see more doing it. It's just like, what is going to be the next one that logically can maybe achieve $1 billion of buying? You know, these dead companies that start buying, something to keep an eye out on. But yeah, anyway, we've got 5 minutes to go until US Open. So let me know in the poll. Let's see the poll. We'll close the poll now. Go and vote in the poll. If you haven't already, go and vote. We've only got 10 votes on it. So I'll leave it open for another couple of minutes. Go and vote on the poll. We're currently split 50-50, so it looks like nobody's sure. And I'll be honest, it doesn't really look like the price is sure either, does it? So go and have a vote on the poll before we close it off. Cryptogenic says random token request big time token. We'll have a look at that, mate. Yeah. We'll have a look at big time token after the market up a minute. So we've got 53% saying down. We'll end that now. Thank you very much for those of you that jumped on that then. We'll look at big time straight after. We'll see what we're getting. Oh, I mean, it's been so the S&P itself is minus nearly 0.5% during futures hours, and obviously build up to US Open, which is interesting. Let's see how it's going to open. Thanks, mate. It's a game I've played, kind of like World of Warcraft. Yeah, I have heard of it. No, I've heard of big time. Yeah, I've heard of big time. I actually remember looking at it on the stream a couple times. I'm gonna give this guy a follow. It's the old Meta Planet. You probably should be following them. But I mean, yeah, I think the average entry just sets it up to. I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about the market being propped up by just a few certain individuals just constantly buying. Wow, I've got 30 viewers. Make sure you do drop a big like, please. Make sure you subscribe, and of course, we are still running 20% off Stonksy. Second link in the description takes you to the website, and of course, for you people on X, is stonksy.io, or is in the X bio, and it is bot20. You'll see it at the top of the page. Here, code BOT20, you put it in the checkout box on this option, the monthly plan, and that'll take 20% off your first month. You can come and give it a go. But we are open. Woo! There we go. It's a good laugh, mate. I got in with a J and a 50 quid, got paid out and sold for Around 60. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, look who it is. If it isn't the Wiz. I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. So Bitcoin's pushing up initially. The S&P has been pushing up again in these first moments. Yeah, pushing up again in the initial moments. There is buying pressure coming in. ETH is outperforming Bitcoin by 1.72% today, which is interesting. Yeah, little open rally to go off today. What we're getting initially, anyway. What we're getting initially. Verve is a ripper. Oh, mate, I know. I covered it before. I wish, yeah. I mean, I wish I'd just do all of them. Anything that you mentioned now, I should just do them. Like just throw money into them all and just obviously see what hit. But I mean, yeah, look at that, 75% up today. Wow, insane. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, BBAI. Yeah. Oh, that's one I actually have got. I have got that. And yeah, it's looking nice. And I think I saw. I don't know too much about it, Wiz, obviously, because I'm just kind of following you on it. But I saw a lot of people saying that is there some interest of like Middle Eastern money coming into it or something? Obviously, similar to what happened with CoreWeave in terms of money from the Middle East. I saw some people, like I said, I like to do sentiment check on these types of things on Twitter, see what people are saying about them in news. And there was, I saw some things about potentially Middle Eastern money coming into it. But I mean, yeah, look at that, up near 4% again today. And it is obviously coming in for a retest of this 450 zone, which, I mean, if it clears that, no reason why we can't run to $9-10 again. Why not? 5% up today. Oh, mate, what a pick! What a pick! I'll tell you exactly how up I am on BBAI from you, Wizzo. Let me check. I'm 15% up. 15% up. So thank you very much. I think from where I got in, my average entry is, I'll tell you. So my average entry is $3.73. I don't see why that can't. I don't see why that couldn't get a 2x. Looking for obviously a break above local resistance. Don't see why that couldn't get or near a 2x. Anyway, let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Literally nothing. Pellin says S&P sideways and open. Yeah. Well, we did get a pump up initially, which has been nearly retraced, and obviously then translated over to Bitcoin, kind of the same. So yeah, nothing real much going on. Thing is, there's lots of uncertainty, isn't there? We can put them side by side. Let's whack that on there. There's lots of uncertainty still, isn't there? I saw today that obviously Trump's called like an emergency meeting or something, hasn't he? And he left the G7 meeting a day early. Obviously, I think countries are warning the citizens to get out of Iran. Who else? What else could happen? Reddit ripping too. Yeah, I think I might need to. Maybe need to free up my capital. Oh, actually, there we go. Bull's coming back from the dead. I still like the idea of Bull. I still like the idea. There's some strong 1 minute candles. I still like the idea of bull. I've not been shaken from it yet. I still got my conviction in it. I think I'm sure I could get 30 or 40% out of that. Even 25%, I would take that. So I'm still in on it. We've got 37 viewers though, so big thank you for those of you that have joined. We have 21 likes, so do make sure you scroll down, press that like button, press that subscribe button. And of course, if you're looking for anywhere to trade today, do make sure you sign up to BLOFIN. It's first link in the description, or I will throw it in the chat right now. It is non-KYC. You sign up with just an email, and the interface and experience is fantastic on it. It's a great exchange, and of course, you get some great welcome bonuses when you sign up with the Stonksy link. And for this week, we are still running the bot 20 discount, but maybe we'll look to end that after this week. So make sure you take advantage of it while you can. It is second link in the description, or for you people on X, stonksy.io, or obviously in the X bio. And it is this one that you want. Code BOT20 in at checkout to get 20% off your first month. And you get access to everything with that: the indicator, the oscillator, the Discord server, and the trading bots as well. So make sure you take advantage of that. The S&P is tailing off a bit. Bitcoin is sideways. So we really don't have too much going on at all. Just going to grab a quick drink again. And then we will look at big time for cryptogenic. If you want me to look at any other tickers, regardless of what they are, you know, they can be altcoins, stocks, whatever, get them in the chat and we'll take a look. Right. Let's go take a look, shall we? Okay, so we will head away from the S&P and Bitcoin. We're not getting too much volatility on open. So, big time for my guy, Cryptogenic. Let's load up. What will have the most history? Maybe this one. Okay. I mean, yeah. Obviously, the troublesome thing with it was obviously fall into new lows, hasn't it? It's fell to new lows time after time. Currently, we have, you know, the solidified daily lows as it stands there. We have got daily resistance coming in here, exactly where Stonksy's outlined here. Looks absolutely bob on to me. I mean, yeah, you know, if you're looking at it in terms of, you know, your risk reward is obviously, I suppose, if it gets as close to here as possible, then, you know, there's your risk reward. Obviously, in terms of if you're looking at it as like a zoomed out type of play, then yeah, you know, it's got plenty of upside should it start running. All is you don't want on something like this is, you know, here's your daily demand level so far anyway, from what it's solidified as the low. You just don't want it to start breaking below and heading down, because that obviously then equals in death. No good chasing price downwards when it's, you know, price discovery to the downside. But I mean, around here, you know, if it got around here, yeah, you know, if you're looking at it in terms of, you know, a high time frame, then yeah, that difference in price probably doesn't matter to you as well, as long as, you've got your idea of if it breaks below, then no good. But I mean, the 10-20% difference there might not end up being that much if you believe it's got room to maybe run 2, 3, 4, 5x maybe, if that's your opinion. So yeah, I mean, but if you're looking at it in terms of where does it need to gain, it needs to gain here. If it gains there, then I mean up to and in and around here looks good. And then, up to, in and around here. So, yeah, it has got potential for sure. Upside levels, needs to break. Obviously, above here, that alone would be nearly a 2x from where it is here. But again, you really want to see it hold these daily lows should it come into there. So, that's what I'd be looking at on big time anyway. Anytime. Anyone else want me to look at anything? Let me know. Let me know if you want me to look at anything. Get it in the chat. Let's see. But yeah, we are tailing off a little bit now, aren't we? We're tailing off a little bit. Let's have a look. Got Nvidia down. Apple down nearly 1%. Meta down 0.5%. Microsoft down nearly 1%. Amazon is just about up. Tesla down 1.65%. The most volatile out of the Mag 7 yet again. Google is down nearly 1%. And then the MAGS ETF overall is down 0.78%. Webull is annoying me yet again. BBAI is retracing that initial open pump. And then you've got these Bitcoin related stocks. So BitDeer, Bitcoin Miner down 5%. Marathon, everyone will have heard of them, no doubt. Down 3%. Riot down nearly 4%. Coin down nearly 2%. Circle, though, up 6% on the daily again. Still looking like it's rallying. And then, yeah, obviously, Wistop hit their Verve up 74%. Insane. And Bitcoin is looking like it may be heading for new daily lows. AMD now outperforming Nvidia. NutX. Yeah, there you go. Bitcoin new daily lows. Hitting the floor. Hitting the gas to the downside. Let's see NutX. NutX Health. Minus 3%. So, yeah, I mean, this is where it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, something like this. Interesting. I mean, sometimes I just can't get the thing, to buy something like this because it's so up. Like, you want to buy moves like that, don't you? And obviously it's not always possible because you may be too late. But, definitely if this has found daily support, it could head back towards the highs, which would be a great return on that. I mean, yeah, look at Verve. Wow. So what was the actual news around the Verve pump, Wiz? What was the news that catalyzed this Verve pump that we're seeing at the moment? stiflingly hot. Eli Lilly buying them. All right. Right. Okay. Got you. Yeah, let me know in the chat what you'd like me to cover next. The floor is yours, guys. The floor is yours. Cow. We can have a look at Cow, mate. I know, you know, one of your favourites, isn't it? Let's see. Where are we? Cow. I know it's in and around here somewhere. Where is it? I haven't got rid of it. There it is. Okay, we are hitting the floor, aren't we, on Cow? Let's go and have a look at the daily. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's one strong retrace so far. I mean, I suppose depending on where you've got it drew, you know, anywhere in and around kind of this 31, 32 cents, maybe down to 30 cents region looks obviously like good, doesn't it? I've got it drawn here because obviously this is the initial low before it went and then retested on the daily, held. Then this obviously flipped to resistance. So for me, this 31.46 level on the daily is the key one. And you can see the slamming into the daily, bang, 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 rejection. So yeah, it's definitely coming in for a key retest, isn't it? Is Cow. I mean, did you see Aero, Wiz? Aero had a great day yesterday. Up to 88 cents. Obviously, yeah, back below. I think this is maybe the a solid trading range on Aero now. But yeah, I mean, Cow coming back into here, isn't it? Obviously coming down alongside Stonksy, flipped red on the hourly. But yeah, I think anywhere in and around here is obviously key for the daily. Now, remember, obviously, on a daily time frame, you could slam into here, and then we could obviously recover in and around there. So, but yeah, in terms of a daily close / daily price action, I think this is the key level, or in and around that anyway. What have you got for Cowiz? Haven't really looked at crypto, to be honest, but got my DCA bots running. Nice. Okay, yeah. Say taking a beating. Again, identified by Stonksy, the weakness in the market there. Interesting, it's hugging the outer side of the inner channel to the downside, heading towards the lower. And there's a video on the channels coming out today as well, so make sure you do check that out when it drops. Nice little video put together by yours truly, if I do say so myself. So yeah, please do show it some love if you can. And I mean, yeah, just overall, I mean, altcoins are weird at the moment, aren't they? Because obviously Bitcoin's down 1.25%, but some of them are green. You know, you got ETH obviously outperforming it. You got things like TRX, TON, green, and then others, you know, maybe down ever so slightly, or obviously some are taking a beating. You know, you got Velo down nearly 11%, Say down 6%. A couple, you know, others down a couple of percent. So, bit of an interesting point in the market, isn't it? I mean, the S&P is just flat, isn't it? Nothing really going on with the S&P. It's just actual weakness in Bitcoin, which again, you know, makes sense. The lack of follow through to the upside. Yeah. Let me know in the chat anyway. What have you guys got your eye on? Give me any tickers that you want me to look at, or let me know what you've been trading. What has been fun to trade for you recently? Sui. Oh, ASTS from Wiz. And then I look at Sui. Okay, this is a stock. Oh wow. Oh, we need more of the Thingio ones, Wiz. We need more of the ones where they're at like points like this. Before this. we need ones that are at the point of this. Before this. No, that's just super movement on that stock. I mean, since Stonksy's green background on the daily there, it's up very, very nicely. On the 1 hour, I mean, smashed it. Look at that. Unbelievable. And I mean, yeah, solid run overall as well in the past, week and a bit. So really nice, mate. Really nice. I like it. No idea what it is, but yeah, another great one. You're on fire, aren't you? Let's have a look at Sui for our good friend Evelo in the chat. Some great, obviously, movement on Stonksy. We caught the initial drop in the red. We went into the green for the pump and then dropped back into the red as we fall to the downside. Sui is interesting because we go to say something like the 4 hour. Still red on the 4 hour as well. And yeah, you can see like the momentum just doesn't look like it's there, does it? In fact, I mean, it looks like a shift in momentum, really. We've obviously got it's difficult because this is support, so this area, obviously you can see it outlined by Stonksy there in the green. But, if you want to add a bit of girth to it, you can with a box. But this obviously is support now. It needs to hold there. It's held it once, twice, looking at a third time now. So as long as it holds it, it's all good. If it breaks below there, then obviously we've got plenty to unwind. This is the origin here. What could it possibly retest on the way down? I mean, we do have some, price action in and around like the 240 area, which could maybe see it hold. This is, the impulse, where the impulse came from. So that would obviously make sense in terms of a retest point of view as well. But, you could maybe see it coming down in and around 240-ish. But yeah, I mean, it's holding on by a thread in it. If it breaks below that support zone, then we could find it, 15-20% lower pretty quickly. And it's probably the same, it's probably the same for a lot of alts out there at the moment, isn't it? Core Weave is still creeping up too. They are massive on X, great for engagement. Yeah, all these ones that are hot. SMFC, no worries, mate. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I mean, Stonksy's still riding that down on the 4 hour. Doesn't look like it's identified a momentum shift yet. Yeah, Core Weave, let's go and have a look at it. Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? It is. It's looking like, yeah, I mean, it's looking like it's looking like it wants to blow again, doesn't it? I mean, it's still green as well. I mean, if that goes any higher, that is definitely the stock of like the first half of this year, isn't it? When you buy in and around $40, or if you're lucky enough to obviously catch the 30s. But even at that point, we're now at a 300% move, which is obviously a 4x. So, still, yeah, by far probably the stock of the first half of this year. This thing I hope this follows. This would be nice at a 4x. This would be nice at a 25-30% move. Yeah, this would be super at a 4x, wouldn't it? BBAI. I'd take a 2x on that though all day long. But I mean, Bitcoin, if we go back to Bitcoin, yeah, not kind of bad. Even with the S&P sideways as well, the S&P is fairly flat. Not really taking a direction yet, but we have got weakness in Bitcoin, haven't we? Dave, do you have a slot for Friday? Mate, yeah, if you want to come on Friday, that you are more than welcome. Consider it done. It'd be great to have you on. Yeah, consider it done, mate. I'll see you Friday. Look forward to it. Should be a great week of streaming this week with FOMC. But yeah, mate, I'm very much looking forward to that now. Should be great. I mean, let's have a look. Obviously, on the wider, on the higher time frame, this kind of 102k region is where demand is, isn't it, for Bitcoin? Respected on the 4-hour close down to 101,500. When you look at it on the 4-hour though, you can see if you work off liquidity sweeps, you can see, can't you? That's prime for sweeping still. Then obviously we've got this big wick here. So, coming down in and around here, obviously, as long as it holds, may provide, obviously, full lick run. And then we're just range bound, aren't we? We're just stuck in a range, nothing more to it. But, yeah, I mean, it is fascinating price action. Yeah, I mean, big thank you for everyone that's joined today. Do make sure you slap a big like on the stream. Make sure you get them likes in before you go. Make sure you are subscribed as well. There will be a great video dropping this afternoon on the channel about the Stonksy channels. So do make sure you give that a watch. And of course, make sure you are signed up to BLOFIN. It is first link in the description, and I'll put it in the chat now. Non-KYC, you sign up with just an email, and it has got a superb user interface, security and user experience, so do take advantage of that with them bonuses you get. And finally, you know what I'm going to say, do make sure you claim your 20% off Stonksy, off your first month, when you click that's the second link in the description for you people on YouTube, and you people on X, it is in the Stonksy bio, or just come to stonksy.io. When you come to start now, it is this package that you want, the monthly, and bot 20 up here, bot 20 in at the discount box at checkout to receive 20% off your first month. That's down to £116, and you get access to the indicator, the oscillator, the Discord server, and the trading bots, all on that package as well. So do make sure you hit that up and take advantage. But that's all for me today. We've not had too much movement on Bitcoin, but we've still been able to cover a great amount of stuff, and it has been a good one. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And tomorrow will be a double stream, obviously in the daytime and then nighttime for the FOMC meeting. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.